Alright, I think we're about good. It says that I should be on here. So what is going on, everybody? Welcome to another stream here. Nothing much going on, just hanging out today a little bit. Yeah, alright, we are live. So let me post this on Instagram also here. And we will get started. Not really much of anything in particular, just kind of hanging out. Wanted to do a Q&A and ask me anything type of situation. So whatever you guys want to ask, and we will chat about. All right, let me get my phone plugged in because it is almost dead as per usual. That is plugged in. All right. Oh, I need to adjust this because this looks a little weird. Let me make this a little bit bigger, maybe. Let me move that. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Let me make that just a little bit bigger. There we go. Alright, so while we are waiting for people to come in here, I'm going to pull this down and just kind of go about doing a couple of things here. Let's see. And I'm getting a phone call. Hang on one second. Hello. Sorry, my son is apparently having a meltdown. All right. So anyway, what is going on, everybody? That was a weird start to the live stream there. Hopefully you all are doing well. So what is everybody up to? What has everybody got going on? What's just what in general is everybody into and doing? We can chat, and I'm just gonna hang out and kind of mess around a little bit while we're chatting here. I'm trying to get used to wearing this freaking brace. have to go super soon. What do you got going on today? Just hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing really, really good. This week I set out to do I wanted to up it to 25 hours. I've got about 3 hours to get in today, and I will hit that 25 of active study, I should say. And that's going pretty well. And then I also, I wasn't sure I was going to get it because I started exercising this week as well. I exercised for about 30 minutes a day, and I was like, man, if I start doing that, maybe I'm not going to hit the 25 hours. But strangely, I hit the 25 hour, or I'm going to hit the 25 hours, and then I'm also going to be able to do my workout. So it's working pretty well so far. So yeah, everything's going good. Good day from Liverpool, UK. What is going on, Darren? Thanks for joining the stream here. I was talking to somebody earlier about one of my bucket list items is going to the UK and eating some bangers and mash. I feel like a lot of people don't think about the UK as having different food because we speak English, but the UK definitely has some interesting food and stuff. Let's see here.
辛い
Kadijah. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Kadijah. I've got a thing up in the background where I'm just casually looking through some Japanese stuff while I am on the stream here. Boom. Eat Cumberland sausages. They are the best. Cumberland sausages. I'm going to Google what that is. Cumberland sausage. I mean, it looks cool. Oh, man. Yeah, there's some super good looking stuff here on Google. All right, this sausage. I'm looking at this sausage right here, and it looks like bread. Like the specific sausage. I don't know if I can. Let me see if I can pop that up. Window capture. What's the properties here? There we go. Let me see if I can Look, that looks like bread. But it looks good though. There's other ones obviously, but yeah, that looks super cool. Exercising helps me with focus. I don't know why, and after working out, I literally eat up all the info I want to learn. Good to hear that you're getting into exercise. Yeah, I think. I think that's a big part. I think that doing any kind of stuff like that can really, really help. I think that. It literally gets your mind right, so to speak. So I mean, it's definitely not a bad thing to do, you know. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. Sorry, I've gotten into. I do a little bit of yoga. Obviously being a giant wrestling fan, I follow DDP yoga, which is like power yoga, and I really, really, really enjoy that. And I think that just the the endorphins and stuff like that it releases in your brain, man. I think it's super, super. I think it's gonna be good in the long run. Plus, I mean, you know, definitely couldn't hurt to lose a little bit of weight, as you know, definitely couldn't hurt. That sausage looks like a Danish pastry. How would you sum up your current method approach to learning in 1 to 3 sentences? Oh my gosh, dude, hold on, man. My son's probably still losing his mind. Give me just a second. Okay, all right. Today's stream is gonna be fun. My wife, she goes to her mom's to help her do some stuff, and my son usually goes with her on Sundays. That's why I do these streams on Sundays. But he is not wanting to do that, so he will probably she's actually bringing him back here, and he'll watch some TV and stuff. But hopefully, it won't be super. I probably won't stream too long, but hopefully he'll kind of settle in there. Let me see. So, some of my current method approach to learning in 1 to 3 sentences. Mass immersion approach, and then simply constant exposure to the language even when I'm not actively studying. It's just this constant, want to constantly have the language around me. Exercise and intermittent fasting helped me a lot with my language learning. Yeah, I do fasting, but I didn't do fasting. I actually fasted before I knew what fasting was, and that's just because I don't eat breakfast. But I have, now that I've gotten into the idea of fasting, I take it back a little bit, and I will, I push my window. I usually don't eat until about 3. Well, on the weekends, I did eat earlier today. But on the weekends I will, but during the week I usually won't eat until, I'll usually eat between about 3 and 8 o'clock in the evening. That's my window to eat, and that's pretty good. And then and whatnot like that. So, and then I just try to have a lower carbohydrate intake because generally I eat nothing but cookies and bread, which probably explained why I got so heavy. So, but seems to be working pretty well. I tend to meditate 8 hours a day. It's wonderful. That sounds amazing. Hey, Ross, what's going on? Are you still tracking your progress? If yes, how much did you do in the past 7 days, hour-wise? Sure. So I've got. I can actually pop this open, and I'll just take me off for a second. Where am I at? There we go. Is that it? Boom. There we go. So this is the past 7 days, which today I still have yet to record. But for this week, I've got 21 hours and 12 minutes of active study, which is study and immersion, 17 hours of passive, so it's 38 hours and 20 minutes. I have 183 hours of active study since July 6th, total of 326 hours and 37 minutes since July 6th. So that's where I currently That's where I currently am. And it's pretty awesome. I really enjoy doing that. So, and there's still, honestly, what's cool is there's still a lot that I can learn, right? There's still a lot of time that goes by that I honestly need to get a little more time in. There's times where I'm just kind of sitting around. And honestly, that's why, and this goes against that video I made back when I first started MIA, I did re-download Lingodeer, and that's because it is I really wanted to take grammar, and I thought if I'm going to use an application, it's going to be Lingodeer because it's specifically designed around teaching GLPT N4 and GLPT N5 grammar patterns. And so, it's tended to work out, and it's actually gotten me a little bit of extra time in there because it's easy to just pop that open and go through a lesson of specific grammar pattern versus trying to immerse or something like that. So, but yeah, NASDAQ Ghost, hi Seabolt, what's up? How are you tracking these hours? Sure. So I take, I watch YouTube on a Japanese specific account, and all that I watch on that account is Japanese. Therefore, I don't have to worry about trying to track time, because anything I watch goes into the time. My phone, I can unplug my phone and show you, which I haven't watched anything today, so it'll show you 0 hours today. But if you go into YouTube on the app, you can click on the icon in the top left corner, which is your name, and then it'll have, boom, time watched. Click that. And boom, it tells you exactly, which again, today my total is 0 if the camera focuses. Today the total is 0, but it'll tell you exactly how much time that you watched. And the cool thing about that is you don't have to worry about trying to figure out how much time that you need to spend in it, because it's already there. You don't have to worry about tracking the videos or anything like that. It's there. So that's that. Anki has a built-in time, how much time you used in it, so that's super cool. If you go in and look, you can actually sort it by all decks, and it tells you exactly how much time you spent, which is super cool. So I use that as well. And then for anything else, I'm trying to think, like when I go through Native Shark, I have a timer on my phone that's called, it's just called Clockify, and I'm always I don't do Native Shark separately, I do it all at the same time. So I just pop play on that, or, to start the timer, I do all my stuff, and then I stop the timer, I just add that. And then I do the same thing for, anything else that I would use out of the ordinary, like if I was reading or something like that, like in terms of, whether it be like trying to read a book, which I don't do, but like reading up on like grammar, like if I was reading Take Him or something, I would do that. Lingodeer has the time that you've spent each day on there as well. When I did that live stream and I joked around with Duolingo for a little bit, I just started it and whatever, like started that timer. And then if I watch a TV show, if it's 24 minutes, I might drop it down a minute or so to equate for maybe some silence or credits or something like that, but I just pop that in. So that's how I track all that stuff. Most stuff, honestly, most of the stuff there has built-in, like a built-in like timer, so you don't really have to worry about it, which is really, really cool. Hopefully that wasn't too long. And hopefully that made sense. I feel like I ramble a lot, and maybe it's hard to follow. Wondering how you check all those hours. Okay, is the way your current life is how you expected it to be, say, 5 years ago? No. Well, so I started in February of 2015 a YouTube channel called it was actually called Jonathan Seabolt. Actually, originally it was called Challenge a Fat Man. And then it was Jonathan Seabolt, and now it's Seabolt TV, where I was doing like vlogs and documenting like even like weight loss stuff and crap like that. And I thought that I would be doing YouTube, not necessarily full time, but I was like, I'm going to be still hopefully doing YouTube. Like if I would really think about it, because I started YouTube with the part of wanting to do it. So it's there in terms of that, but not necessarily where I thought it would be from. It's on a different channel for a completely different reason that I'm still doing YouTube. So that's a little bit different. Probably wouldn't have pictured myself necessarily having a child. I've been with my wife currently. I've been with her since like 2010 or 2011. But we got married in that year, 2015. We got married in November. And then I don't know, man. I don't know if I would have expected to have a kid or anything like that. Obviously it's something, some people want, some people don't. I did want a kid. I don't know if I would have, I don't know. I would say it's different, but still it's different, but in a different manner. I wanted a kid. I wanted to be doing YouTube. I just didn't expect, like I said, especially to be doing like YouTube on a completely different channel that I had built up even bigger than the other one. Plus, I don't know, doing the same thing, doing YouTube just in a different manner. Good stuff, man. Thank you. Any tips for recognizing groups of kanji in sentences after RRTK? Feels strange after studying them on their own with RTK than to relearn them in groups as words. I just do it with the Tango deck, man. I don't, that's literally all I do. Like I go through the Tango deck and it's got the words there and just my brain kind of picks up on them. Now in terms of stuff like, I know that people hate when I say in terms of, but this is what we're talking about, is in the terms of what we're talking about. It's, I don't know, just seeing them, like, it's something that you kind of just pick up on. Obviously, I'm not great at it. It's something that I definitely still need to work on, but it's just over the course of time, you kind of start to pick it up. Now, if I see the same kanji in a different word, it doesn't mean that I automatically pick that up. I still try to recognize them as blocks. Like if I see like Keitai Denwa or even like Denwa or I'm trying to think of other big blocks, Jiro Hanbaiki, or which is like a vending machine, or like Yubin Kyoku, or Kuko, which is like Hikoki, which is like like airplane or something of that nature, or that might actually be airmail. So there's Hikoki, Kuko, and then Kukoin. They're all like, it's related to air, but like I just try to pick them up as blocks, and like that, it's helped seeing them in Tongo. There's been occasionally when I'll be watching like an anime or a show and I'll see something in the background and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Especially stuff for like first year students. Like if you're watching anime, you'll always see like boom year, whatever. And so that, seeing that kind of reinforces it. But it's just the constant exposure. It'll eventually kind of stick. But again, who knows? I mean, I may start doing something tomorrow and see, Eki's a bad example because Station's like pretty ingrained in my skull right now, but like if I could go and see Eki somewhere and not recognize that it was Eki like for Station, like just because I haven't seen it in the context of that deck. I don't know. So we'll see. But that's just how I do it, man. Just the constant drilling into your head. Tenchman, hey man, how's it going? It's going good. Going very, very good. How's it going with you? Any insight into the Matt Yoga split that just came out in the Discord? Not really. I've talked to Matt a little bit, but not anything, not anything too much. So let me stop this boom. There we go. All right. If you were in Japan, what would be your work? And first thing, are you gonna visit? Hold on, dudes. I'm sorry, man. Hang on. All right, give me 1 second. Let me go get my son out of the car. Hold on 1 second. All right. I think we're good now. Okay. So, if you were in Japan, what would be your work, and the first thing you're gonna visit? So if I were to move to Japan, it would have to be for something already like going on. And let me see, let me see if that volume's too loud for you guys. Okay, I think it's good. So I would like to move over there working for a company that does stuff with Japanese, perhaps like teaching. I can't move over there for teaching because of I just don't have the credentials to be like a teacher over there. So it couldn't be that. Hopefully, I could work with a company that would be stationed over there, like just anything, like native shark or something of that nature. I know that I recently asked my wife if she'd be okay with moving to Japan, because she's always really anti, I want to stay here, my family, which is fully understandable, but the last time I asked her, she was just like, I mean, what would the protocol be? So, you've got that going on, but like, so I mean, that would be what I would do. Like, it would be hard to find work, and like, I know Japan is like really weird about people coming over there anyway. So I don't know, You forgot my comment? Is it okay? Oh, I didn't see that. Hold on one second, I'll get to that. And then the first thing I would visit actually would be probably one of my best friends that lives over there, Evan, who lives a little bit outside of Tokyo. So that's where I would go, is to try and visit him, which is weird but I mean, I could go there. He's been there for like a few years, and then me and him could go. If I'm not counting that, I would like to go to like Sapporo and drink Sapporo. I don't know, Sapporo, whatever it's called. Like, I think it would be really cool. I'd like to go see like Tokyo Tower, and then I would really like to go to like Akihabara. I really want to go to the street where that Godzilla museum is. I want to see like that super like life-size Gundam. Like, I want to see all that cool stuff like that. So it would take me a long time to get through all the stuff that I wanted to do in Japan. So, which I know it would depend on the company. Like, I think like Native Shark, which I'm not saying I'm working for Native Shark. I'm just saying, like, just as an example, like if you like, I think they're out of Fukuoka, and then there's some companies out of like, just different places. So it would depend also on where I would be located at. Okay, let me go back up to Mustafa's comment here. Is it okay if I make cards for fruits, vegetables, food, animals, vocabulary, instead of waiting on them for them to show up in sentences in my immersion? I mean, you can. It depends on what you want. I haven't focused on learning anything like that in my Japanese, and that's just because it's not stuff that comes up a lot. In Tongo, some of the stuff comes up because it's teaching you, like, cooking vocabulary, or, like, it's teaching you, like the, like, Ringo, what is it? Tama imas, anotama imas, or something of that, like, oh, the apples are on that shelf over there, something of that nature, but, like, it's not necessarily specific to that. It's up to you. Whatever makes you happy, I say do. If it's something that's not going to be overly useful, like, I would definitely probably learn some other words before, like, you get into more obscure stuff. Like, I probably wouldn't learn the word for, like in America, there's a spice called, like, lemongrass. Like, I probably wouldn't, like, actively seek out to try and figure out that. But, like, some core stuff, that's perfectly fine. And like I said, do what makes you happy for sure. Anyong, thanks Alex Full Metal for joining. Forgot my comment. What are your goals with your channel? I mean, just to keep providing just updates on my progress. I think a lot of people like to follow people who are following MIA, and see people's journey. I think a lot of people on YouTube get kind of jaded by the idea of people who are giving you advice or people that have already made it and already in a fluent state or whatever, and some of them aren't. But I think there's something to be said for people wanting to follow the journey of someone who's legit going through it and who's doing more than just an update every couple of months. Like, I'm trying to take you all on the journey throughout the entire thing. So I want to keep doing that, be with Japanese or whatever I go to next, which Japanese will be the focus until I'm at least comfortable. But, like, whatever else I go to after that, continue doing that as well. Which may honestly be hard, because I feel like the more and more that I get, like, the bigger the channel grows, a lot of it's because of my Japanese content. So, I mean, it may become a Japanese channel. But I would like to be able to explore other languages as well, which I will, regardless, but, okay, well, fair enough. that makes sense. But, like, maybe that wasn't a good example. Maybe something like, that's hilarious. Of course, the one that I would pick out would be just a kind of iconic word. But, like, you know what I mean? Something further down that you may not get on a regular basis. Steve just sent you an email with a video of my software for ASCII Interesting. Oh, I still have it flagged here. Sorry, I've had a lot of crap going on lately. I still have your email flagged right here. program for Asimo Greek. Yeah, I will check that out. Sorry. I've just had a whole bunch of stuff, especially trying to get into the swing of things with upping my time and trying to add exercise in and stuff like that. I've just had a bunch of stuff going on, and then emailing a couple of different people for some different things, but I will definitely, I think I will definitely check that out here in just a little bit. So Japanese study kanba. Oh, gamba. Okay. Arigato gozaimasu. What's the point in learning stuff like pomegranate or calcium fluoride? Yeah, I guess that. Who knows, man? Maybe those are also like that too. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's stuff that you want to learn, like if you're going into science or something, learn calcium fluoride or whatever. But like the average person doesn't need to, need to do that. When are you interviewing Japanese Gary Ben? I talked to Japanese Gary Ben. I need to set it up. The problem I'm running into right now is everybody that I'm trying to interview is from Europe. And so that's a little bit tough because I'm like, I can only schedule so much on the weekends. And he said that he would do it. I just have to kind of, how about I don't say your name? He said he would do it. I just got to get in touch with him. So hopefully I can do that soon and make that happen because he has a lot of really, really incredible information. I really, really like Japanese Gary Ben. And I know I've seen some stuff on Twitter where it seems like people may look at him as like an elitist. But, I mean, everything that he really says, there's definitely some truth to it. I mean, go and study this, go and study that. Like, I think he's a very, very smart dude. Do you know Kira Sensei? Not right off. The name doesn't sound familiar. You can send me whatever it is that you're talking to, and talking about, and I will look into it. Yeah, I'll definitely look into them. My beard is like super haggard right now. I still got to work out today also. That's the other thing. Like, I've been taking a lot of what is, like, strangely enough, I've taken a lot of what I know from my Japanese experience and applying that to my fitness stuff. Like, I used to start stuff all the time, and I would be like, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do, start yoga. I like to do DDP yoga because I'm a big wrestling fan and stuff. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it for 50 minutes a day. I'm going to do like 2 workouts a day and start. And then I'll do it for 2 or 3 days, and then I'm done because I've just burned myself out. And this time, I'm approaching it the way that I've approached Japanese this time, which is slow. And obviously, with Japanese, it's to spend as much time with it as possible, but it's in a different way versus the exercise. But in terms of, like, it's not going to be something that happens overnight. Take your time, get into it. I'm doing 30 minutes-ish a day, 26, 30 minutes a day, depending on the exercise. And I've taken a lot of what I've learned from learning Japanese into that, just based on that, just get into it, form that habit, get the habit made, and then we can work on it. You like that TV show, buddy? So, let me see. I was doing the traditional RTK approach and reached 1,200, but struggled to retain a lot of them. So now I'm doing the MIA one. How many reviews are you doing daily? I'm doing, I can tell you, let's see. Today it started to like drop down drastically from where I don't have any new cards. Today I have 39 RTK reviews. I've also noticed that too. I've actually probably had several of them become leeches, and there's several of them that have become leeches that I know. I just can't recognize them in isolation like that. I'm going to keep repping it for a while, at least through the end of the year probably. It takes me 6 to 10 minutes to rep it a day. So I'm going to do that and just continue on. But honestly, I'm picking up kanji from the Tango deck. I'm picking up more kanji from doing Native Shark. I'm picking up kanji from just my general immersion. I'm picking up kanji from when I watch videos on my Japanese YouTube channel. I try to just go and read a couple of comments and stuff like that. And, that's pretty much what I do. And that's helped me. So I think that I think RTK did its purpose for me, which is introducing me to kanji and getting it in front of me. And, I think I think that it's done its purpose in that regard. And I think that it's helped me be able to recognize them and maybe have it stick. Even though I don't recognize it in the deck, like it's still something that I help, that it really helped me in recognizing it and stuff. He's a Spanish who lives in Japan. You could watch him and learn Spanish and Japanese culture. Interesting. Kira Sensei. No, I definitely haven't heard of that. I will look the channel up now so I have it for just future. Kira Sensei. Interesting. Alright, cool. I got the channel pulled up, so I will definitely... So I'll definitely check that out. So, eBay. Man, it's been a crazy week. Cool. So, what is everybody doing this weekend, or anything like that? How does Native Shark work? Is it like Link? Native Shark is set up like, basically it's an individual lesson on kind of a concept. Like there's a lesson on like the one I did yesterday, for example, was how to use the no particle, which, it's something I already knew, but I enjoyed going over some stuff. There's a lot. That's the only problem I'm running into with Native Shark right now, is a lot of it is stuff that I know, but it's a good refresher. But anyway, so it'll tell you, and it'll be like, oh, you can use this particle for this, and they'll have like little stories, and then they'll have like, and then they'll have like examples of the sentences being used, and then the sentences, the way that they introduce it, are only introducing you. They try to introduce only one new word per sentence, which is very, MIA based, like the whole target one sentences, or I+1 sentences. And I think that it does a really good job at that. And like it'll have native audio, male and female, for all of them. And then all those words get put into flashcards. After you finish that lesson, there will be it'll usually 5 or 6 kanji that it'll teach you, and then it'll also have like 5 or 6 sentences with vocabulary from the kanji that you just learned, and again in a +1 type of manner. And then it'll give you a little dialogue. And then at the start of every day, you have to review your stuff before you can really start. And so it'll have the flashcards. And then if it's stuff that you already know, like if it's stuff that I already know like super well, I just archive it. That way I don't have to constantly have it keep coming up. But it's cool, actually. I have, if you go back and look, if you want to see like a little bit more of how it works, like in depth, I have 2 streams on my channel of using Native Shark, and you can go check that out and get a little bit more of a feel. It's definitely worth it, especially since they have the 7 free days. Like you can go check it out for 7 days. You don't have to put any payment information in or anything. You go in, you make your account, and you just start using the premium just right out of the gate, and then it expires. So instead of having to cancel your card, they're giving you free 7 days regardless, and then you can make the decision to pay for it and stuff. So, but that's kind of it. It's kind of flashcards and sentences, and I don't know. I really like. I like it a lot. I know I talk about it all. Recently I've talked about it all the time, but I really dig the system, and I think if you use it on top of doing like immersion or something like that, man, I think that you could really progress fast. So I'm anxious to get to a point. There's been a couple of things that has come up that I haven't really known, or maybe that I struggle with, or something of that nature. But like for example, the other day I came across a sentence "hindane." Like, oh man, that's weird. Like, and I'd never heard that before, and I was like, that's actually like I would say that in English a lot. I don't know if it would be used the same in Japanese, but all right, cool, hindane. Like, all right, cool. Like, so, and that was, in an earlier lesson. And it's not a program either that tells you you're going to be fluent in 3 months or anything like that. It's a program that that you like. It takes a little while. Like the fastest you can complete that, because they have a block, like basically whatever you set your goal at, to how fast you want to. The fastest you can set it is a year, and that limits you to doing a certain amount of lessons per day because they don't want your flashcards stacking up or anything. I have it right now set at finishing the all, I guess, 5 phases in a year, which is doing 4 lessons a day, and that's taking me anywhere between like 45 minutes to an hour and 20 minutes a day, depending on the situation and what I'm doing. But yeah, it's not like Link at all, because it's not a reading platform, but I enjoy it, and there's a lot of cultural notes and stuff like that. So hopefully that kind of answered the question there. 510 RRTK cards left. Should I start sentence cards right after? Granted, you have to take into consideration that I have studied Japanese off and on for a pretty long time. And I was a little bit more exposed to Japanese maybe than the average person starting MIA or whatever. But the one thing that I would do differently if I started MIA today would be I would start... if I was new, I would probably just get through kanji and try to pick up stuff casually and then do sentence cards. If I was in the same position that I was, where I was already a little bit exposed to Japanese, I already could read hiragana pretty much effortlessly and stuff like that, then I would have added vocabulary from the go. Like I didn't add vocabulary until like 2.5 or 3 months in. So if you can do it comfortably, I say do it. I would recommend doing Core 2K or 6K deck after RTK before going to sentences. Yeah, I've looked into those decks, but I've not really used them. Would you like to teach your son Japanese eventually once you're more competent in it? I would like for him to get into languages. He watches like some shows right now, and he'll say some stuff in whatever language, and then sometimes I'll be like, "Oh, do you want to know how to say this in Japanese?" And he'll be like, "Yes," and then I'll say it, and then he'll say it or whatever. So I definitely would like that to happen. Yeah. I did Core 2K while doing RRTK, and honestly, I think that's better than doing RRTK in isolation because the vocab is actually building to help solidify the RTK. Yeah, and that's what I found with Tango. Like, I found that a lot of the kanji that I was seeing in RTK, I was seeing in Tango, and I felt like that helped actually make those kanji make more sense in my head. Which now I'm running into the issue where if I see a kanji, I'll know what it is. And it doesn't happen all the time, but like there's kanji that I'll be like, oh yeah, that's that. But I can't remember how to say it in Japanese, so... Only problem is later on the Japanese word association starts interfering with the keywords, but at that point you should know the Japanese word enough through immersion, and as a result, the kanji. Would it be, I'm late though, it's all good. Welcome to the stream, better late than never. Does anyone else find that they spend more time scrolling through Netflix streaming sites than they do actually committing to a show and watching it? It's such a bad time wasting habit of mine. No, and it's because, well, in English I do that. What, buddy? You need something? Hold on one second. Potty break for my son. And I'll answer that question when I get back. Hang on. All right. So yeah, in English I do that from time to time. In Japanese, not so much. I preemptively while I'm watching another show, like if I'm on lunch at work or something, I'll kind of go, like if it's starting to get to the end, I'll preemptively start kind of searching for that next thing I want to watch. That way I can go ahead and have it kind of queued up, because I generally only try to watch the one show at a time. That way I can just burn through it. And that way I don't fall into that of like, oh, what am I going to watch tonight? So that might be something to try. Sounds interesting. Might try it after a while, since I don't want to be overwhelmed with resources, but want to check out other stuff. Thanks. I'll check out your live stream. Yeah, it's really, really good. I really, really like the way that it's set up. It's very extensive, and sometimes the flashcards can be a bit overwhelming. Like when I did it, so the first day that I did it, I did like 20-some lessons, because they don't kind of put that cap until lesson 23. They let you get through all the hiragana and katakana first, and you don't have to worry about doing them four at a time. You can burn through all of them. So like I've had some crazy flashcard total. Like I had 120 one day that I had to do, so which I ended up archiving a bunch of those, but highly, highly recommend it. You have your kids watching any subtitle foreign shows so they can pick up another language basically free while being young? I wish I did. So he'll watch some stuff, like if I'm watching something on my YouTube and he comes over and he'll be like, oh, I don't understand that, what are they saying? Or something like that. But he watches shows that incorporates other languages, but he doesn't watch anything in another language. I would like to do that. I would like to be able to be like, oh, let me introduce you to whatever, right? Like Dragon Ball Z, which I'm not a Dragon Ball fan. I'm not really a huge anime fan. I've gotten a lot more into it, as you know, I made that video a little while ago, but you know, anything that I could get for him to watch, I think would be really, really cool, and it's something I definitely want to try. Have you ever felt like you wasted your time on certain resources, or where other ones would be more beneficial to do instead, or are you happy with your Japanese journey? Right now I'm happy with, from April 1st to now, when I started MIA, I'm happy with my Japanese journey. Everything that I use has a specific purpose and time that I do it. I have my Anki for the obvious, the spaced repetition, learning RTK, going through the Tango decks. I do immersion. And then I have on the side, just recently I picked up Lingodeer again, just to do grammar study specifically for like the JLPT. I'm not going to take the test, but just again to get into that bit of grammar. And that's something I can pick up and do little 5-minute spurts here or there. It's not something I have to really concentrate on. And then usually at the end of the day, usually around 9:30 or 10, depending on how much immersion I've done, is when I jump right into, I do all of the native shark stuff. And I know that sounds like balancing a bunch of different resources, but it's really not. They all serve an individual purpose. Now, does Tongo do the same thing that Lingodeer does? It does, but I like the way that Lingodeer describes everything, and I can click on. I don't know. They all serve a grander picture, and as long as it's not hurting my immersion time, as long as I'm still getting my immersion time in, I'm juggling it right now pretty well. I as of right now, I will say that I really enjoy my my Japanese journey. Even Japanese are getting less able to write kanji. Yeah, I don't care about writing it per se, but it would be cool, but I'm good with typing it. On NML, and you can turn subtitles off, so maybe you could have them watch some shows there free. Yeah, well, I know on Netflix does a really good job at, you don't have to pick a subtitle if it's a foreign show. But NML, I would love to watch some older stuff with them for sure. But I know Netflix and Hulu both have a lot of cool stuff that maybe he would enjoy. Some of the flashier anime, maybe, I don't know. So I'm gonna try it. Honestly, I might try to do it maybe a little bit this week. So, and we'll see. I know that he likes Peppa Pig, and I know people talk about that all the time in other languages to be good for learning. So maybe that's something I can look into as well. I think Japanese core 2K decks are pretty good. I've completed 3 decks now while doing traditional RTK at Kanji 1790 currently. Those decks really help solidify the RTK. That sounds awesome. Yeah, I've looked into the core 2K decks. I just haven't used them too much. Maybe it's something I should. I don't know, for bonus vocabulary. Because right now my vocabulary is pretty much coming from the Tango deck. So it'd be a way to, which I'm doing like 10 or 15 cards a day depending on just the different situation of what I'm doing, because if it's the same kind of general concept I will keep going on, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I might look into something like that. Is there any specific one, or is it just in the Anki web? 10,000 hours of Peppa Pig and you're fluent. We'll see. That's hilarious. He probably would watch some Peppa Pig though, because he watches stuff on YouTube of people just playing like these toy channels that just do like they just do like unboxings and stuff. He'll watch people like just open Peppa Pig toys. It's really weird. Bump. Oh man. So what so what is everybody into? What is everybody doing? I am going to say something too. I know that I've always been kind of negative about the way that Duolingo is, but the last, like, I got a little bit irritated with Duolingo when I was doing that live stream as a joke, but they've made a lot of strides, I think, with the Japanese course. In Anki Web, first option in Japanese section, it's Japanese Core 2K decks. Each deck has 1,000 cards. There are 9 decks total. Probably cartoons with a lot of hand gestures would be easy for him to acquire a language. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna look on Anki Web and see what's here, because the problem I have starting a lot of those decks are that I already know a lot, but I could just either delete or suspend the cards. Let me get a shared deck list. I could delete or suspend the cards that I don't need. Alright, let me see. Japanese Core 2K. This one, the first one on Anki Web, at least when I click on it on the phone, the first one it's only got 400 notes. Good lord, 25,000 cards? What is that? Japanese Core 2K sorted with audio. There's 2007. Let me see if it's on the actual Anki site, like on the desktop here. Anki Web. Maybe it's just the way that the phone Anki Web. Oh crap. Add. Oh, don't want to do that. Anki Web. Let's go to search. There we go. Anki. Oh my god, I can't type with this thing on. There we go. I think this is it. Here we go. Japanese. How do you respond to haters, critics who criticize your channel or the way that you learn languages? I generally don't. I'll argue with people for a little bit just because of it's good for the old algorithm to get the comments and stuff up. But I generally don't care, man. People can think whatever they want, and I'm whatever. If they want to say whatever they do, I've actually hidden several people from the channel, so I've been doing YouTube for 5 years, not necessarily on this channel, but I've been doing it for 5 years, and I don't care what anybody says anymore. Like the dude that came in like on my last live stream was like, "What's up, Chunky?" And it's like, dude, I've literally been overweight my entire life. Like, you're gonna have to come up with something better than that. Like, I've heard a lot of stuff in my life, and Chunky is not gonna get to me. I mean, I called him an idiot, but still. Yeah, I don't see Core 2K. Let me search that. Bum, bum, bum. Core 2K. Core 2K optimized Japanese. Core 2K 6K vocabulary. There's 5,999 cards. Yeah, do you have like a link to that specific deck, just out of curiosity? I'm just gonna search Japanese core and see what happens. Okay, here's all the different decks I see, it looks like. Oh, here we go. Japanese core 1 through 9 complete, but there's only 3,992 notes. Core 2K has 6K cards. What? Hold on, let me show you what I'm looking at here. Let me change this window capture over to this. Do that. Okay. This. Let me just mute myself here. There we go. Yeah, see, I don't see, like, yeah, like, I don't see, like, even if I go to, oh, crap, that's not what I meant to go to. Get shared decks. Not Russian. Japanese. Yeah, I don't, maybe, no, that's Japanese proper nouns. Are notes not the same thing as cards? Maybe I'm kind of dumb here. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. What's out of your... I know that there's a delay here, but can you see Pokemon on TV in your country? Yeah. Yeah, there's Pokemon. I mean, this one, let's see. The one with 400 notes is probably the one. It's saying 400 notes and not 400 cards. So that notes and cards are different. Okay. Sorry, I'm not like... Hopefully I don't sound like too stupid. Anki is still kind of newish to me. All right, I'm going to download this one. This is if it's that large, it's probably... So it looks like it does vocabulary, and then it'll give you an example, I guess, sentence. Haireru. Yeah. All right, I'm going to download this one on my phone real quick and see if that does it. Because I wouldn't mind getting a little bit extra vocabulary. So the 400 notes one, I'm going to try this one. Download. Oh. Well, I definitely expected it to take longer than that. Here we go. Importing. I don't know, man. It didn't import a lot. That's for sure. Decks. Let me see. Let me edit. Let me browse. I don't know if it's 9,000. There's definitely a lot of cards here. Let me synchronize. I'm going to synchronize my phone, and then I'm going to pop it onto the desktop to see. It looks like it's 2,200 cards, actually. So yeah, that's not the whole thing. Oh wait, that's just step one. Step one. Well, hold on? Let me go back to Japanese core, because I wonder if the 1 through 9. This is this many notes. I bet this one is the huge one that's got all of it. This is the first deck. There are 8 more. I guess I could just do them all separately like that, honestly. Because, yeah, they're all like, yeah, boom, here's 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'll just do them separately like that. Yeah, I'll start checking into that tonight just to see kind of what's up. You have any plans to visit Japan? I'm trying to line a trip up approximately when I start outputting. Yes, I do have plans on visiting Japan. I was going this year, and then this year did its thing of sorts, which was a whatever it was. And so that's I will be trying to visit soon. I recently talked to my wife about moving to Japan, and normally she shuts it down immediately, and she did not this time. So that's something to look, that's possibly something for me to look into. How have your mentoring sessions been going? They're going all right, man. People like. And again, like, it's not like I'm not teaching people how to learn a language. I'm just kind of from somebody who's doing works full time, and I do YouTube, and I have a wife and a kid, still fitting into, well, this week I fit 25 hours I'll finish the day with at least 25 hours of Japanese in. And not to mention, I started getting 30 minutes of fitness in a day, and just being able to constantly get Japanese in. Like, people have been enjoying it. Like, I've just been trying to help people find that extra 10, 15 minutes a day, or 10, 15 minutes every little bit that can really help them out. Yeah, this is the first deck. There are 8 more. Yeah, cool. Yeah, hopefully I can...
You need to use Y. You need to make a net there. Yeah, bud. You did it. Go jump on that bad boy. Boing. Jump in. Yeah. That was crazy. Oh, I think you made it, bud.
Bum, bum, bum.
Good job. Okay,
What do we got? 62 minutes? We've been going for an hour. Seems like it's going pretty solid.
you got all that yellow. Turn. Go up.
Alright.
There you go, down. Go down. Go down, Clarky. Clarky, go down.
So, cool, man. I think, let me see. No, didn't get that. Gotta do my native shark today. I've gotta do 3 hours and 48 minutes of Japanese today. Gotta watch that.
Press B.
Um,
There you go, go down.
boom, 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 boom.
You're out. Yes.
Got that going on. So, are you still going to be doing interviews? Yeah, I am. I was mentioning this earlier. It's just hard right now because almost everybody that I can I've interviewed so many people from America, and now like everybody that I can interview is from Europe, and I can only do interviews 2 days during the week, and that is Saturday and Sunday. So I'm trying to work. I have one scheduled for next Sunday, a week from today, with someone. That'll be at 2 o'clock my time, so technically in 24 minutes, but next week. And I've got a couple more emails, and I've got some other suggestions and stuff. I definitely had to step back a little bit because I was interviewing 4, 5, 6 times a week, which was awesome, but it was costing my study time, and I just, especially after chatting with a friend of mine, and they just said, don't value content over actual study time. Like, you got to also make sure that you want to become proficient. Like, you don't want to spend 30 hours a week making content and study for 10 hours. Like, I mean, if it makes you happy, do whatever you want, I guess. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, I've definitely got to... I had to start putting a little more time into my study and stuff. So, but I do have some stuff. I do have one... And I'm also going to... I'm trying to work right now on getting a time for doing an interview with, I think, Caleb from Native Shark. And that one will be during the week. And then, like I said, next Sunday, I have one as well. So we're getting there. My Lingo Deer is still doing a weird thing though, where I have the premium membership on the app, but I don't have the premium membership when I log into their website, and I still don't understand why. That was happening when I was studying Korean. Like I couldn't access their website. I don't use Lingo Deer a ton, but I'll definitely do a lesson or two every day just for the grammar. And that's the other thing too. Like I found that like now that I'm super far into immersion and using the mass immersion approach, I found that it's easier for me to stick with that and then just maybe do one or two little things. Because I think the problem is relying on certain programs and software to teach you the language versus using them as a supplement to maybe get a little extra exposure if you need it, or if you only got 5 minutes and you don't want to load up your YouTube and also be weird with having all this music play in the background and stuff, like you can do a quick little lesson, and that's helped. I think that's kind of where I'm at now. If it's something that makes you happy, man, I think that you should definitely definitely do it. That was out of nowhere, but I was just thinking about the Lingo Deer thing because it's definitely weird. So. All right. Well, if anybody, I'm gonna give kind of a last call for questions and whatnot here, and if nobody has anything, I'm gonna jump off here and get a little study in. Like I said, I still got to study. I still got to do my exercise today. So give a couple seconds for that because I know that this is. What are you saying, buddy? Oh, okay. But I'll give that just a second to see if anybody's got anything, and if not, man, I'm gonna jump off here. I am gonna do a video this week. I'm gonna talk about kind of where I'm at with getting the hour, like kind of that, because like last week is when I made the video for these are my goals for the rest of the year, getting the 25 hours in and stuff like that. So I'm gonna make a video kind of talking about that, juggling the time between that and adding the fitness in, and I'm gonna kind of chat about a couple things. This week, so all right. Well, it doesn't seem like anybody's got anything, so I'm going to jump off of this interview here. That way I can get a little bit of study in. I'm going to do, might try to do my native shark now instead of later tonight. That way I can go ahead and have it done. So thanks everybody for watching. Hopefully you all enjoyed this stream. And like I said, I do have some stuff coming in this coming week, and then next Sunday I do have an interview as well. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this stream, and I will see you all in the next video.